Hello, everyone. My name is Valeria Hernandez, and I go to Norwood Public Schools. And my internship was at VRCC, a veterinary specialty and emergency hospital. So this hospital had different departments: cardiology, oncology, surgery, and emergency and critical care. And I was able to go to each department. The first week I was in cardiology, and that's where I met my mentor, Dr. Lee. And I was able to learn about the heart conditions dogs and cats might have, like atrial fibrillation, heart murmurs, and mitral valve regurgitation, which these ultrasounds are the mitral valve regurgitation, which was really cool to look at. And I got to see them place a holster on a dog that monitors their heart rate for 24 hours. And my second week, I was in oncology, so I got to see a lot of IV chemo and oral chemo treatments. And some of the cancers I saw were mast cell tumors, osteosarcoma, and lymphoma, which is lymphoma is this little picture right there in the bottom corner. And on top of that, I got to see a CT scan that was that they took trying to find the lymphoma in the neck of the dog. And I got to see a few CT scans, which were really cool. So this next slide, I was in the surgery department, and there's some slight blood and exposed organs, so if you don't like it, you're free to look away. But I spent 2 weeks in the surgery department, and it did not smell very nice, as you may have guessed, because they were burning the flesh. But I was able to see some TPLO surgeries, which is what's in this video right here. They were removing the torn ligaments of the animal. I got to see a splenectomy. This spleen had a tumor on it, so they were removing it from the animal, and they were tying its stomach to the side so that it doesn't twist. And that animal almost woke up, which was really scary, but it was cool to see how they handled that situation. And I got to see a couple foreign bodies where the animal maybe had eaten a headband, and this particular animal was a show dog, so it wasn't good because he already had like 4 foreign bodies beforehand, so really interesting to see. And my last week, I was in emergency and critical care, so there were no appointments set up, so it was whoever condition was worse would be treated first, and sometimes it'd take clients an hour-long wait to get their animals checked, but this is where I was during my week there, and some of the things I got to saw was a dog with its eyeball popped out. It was hanging, and I didn't want to take a picture to not scare anybody, but it was really cool to see. I got to see them CPR a cat, which unfortunately did not make it, but it was cool to see how they did the procedure for CPRing. And this dog in the corner, he had a mega esophagus, which was not good considering how small he was. So I was able to see the x-ray of the esophagus, and the veterinarians told me that they were going to prescribe a medication so that it could shrink. So my housing situation, I was able to stay with my siblings in Denver, and my sister was the one who took me most days to the clinic, and my brother would pick me up Tuesdays and Thursdays. And normally it would have taken like 34 minutes to get to the clinic, but since there was traffic whenever I was showing up, it took an hour long. And it was a really long car ride, so we listened to a bunch of music. But this was the apartment we were staying at, and since it had a pool up front, me and my sister would go over there on the weekends just to hang out. So outside my internship, I went to a baseball game on the 4th of July, so I got to see the fireworks show. I went to a place called Chicken and Pickle, where you just eat food and play pickleball and play a couple other games. I went to a place called Bright Lights, where they have a bunch of attractions set up that have a bunch of pretty lights on them, as you can see right here. And I went to a Renaissance fair, which was really big and crowded, but it was definitely fun, and I recommend that people go to that once in their life. And so advice I have for future Pinterns is to ask questions even if it feels dumb. Ask for advice going into the field. I got to hear from the different departments on their personal life about going into the field and how they mentally prepared themselves for it. So it was good to see like which departments were harder to be mentally prepared for and whatnot. And just research outside of your internship. It's definitely worth it to look up more information so that you're more aware of what you're doing, and just overall have fun. And these were all the people I worked with, and yeah, thank you.